This is the Valley's original morning magazine show, ABC 15's Sonoran Living Live. C15. New team, new face, lots of exciting things going on. Coming up next right here on Sonoran Living Live, if your belly is bigger than you think it ought to be. Up next, the author of Fat Free Forever has ways to reduce belly fat. The 7 keys to weight loss. And we speak with someone from the Tony Award-winning We also want to mention, too, that ASU Gamage is a sponsor of Sonoran Living Live. Here's a little question for you. Did you eat so much over the holidays that your clothes got a little tighter? I must confess I'm in that category. In fact, the average weight gain during the last 6 weeks of the year is some 5 to 7 pounds, which that's not so friendly when you put your clothes back on in the new year. But our next guest says those extra pounds could also, in addition to frustrating when you get dressed in the morning, be keeping you up at night. He's Michael Murray, author of the book Hunger Free Forever. He's joining us today with 7 keys of weight loss that not only will help us get healthier, feel better, but sleep better.
Absolutely.
Good morning to you and Happy New Year to you.
My pleasure.
So I'm a little bit confused about the connection between the weight gain and the loss of sleep.
Well, they've discovered a whole slew of various hormones that regulate our appetite. For example, there are fat cell-derived hormones like leptin that tell our brain that we're full and enhance the action of insulin, which improves blood sugar control. When we don't get a good night's sleep, our leptin levels decline and our cortisol levels rise. That leads to an increased appetite. So a lot of the weight gain may be the result of people not really sleeping that well.
So which comes first, the chicken or the egg? By that I mean, do we gain the weight and then we don't sleep well, or we don't sleep well and so then we go nosh on food and gain the weight?
It's a little bit of both. And what we've discovered by measuring people's blood sugar levels over a 24-hour period is that the biggest cause for sleep maintenance insomnia is faulty blood sugar control. Now, sleep maintenance insomnia is the one where you wake up in the middle of the night and you have a hard time getting back to sleep. Well, that's caused usually by faulty blood sugar control during the day. People are on what we call the blood sugar roller coaster. So the real key, and that's the #1 key that we highlight in the book for learning how to live hunger-free forever, is getting your blood sugar under control.
If we don't get our blood sugar under control, a lot of times most people are predisposed to gaining weight around the belly first.
Yes.
But that's, in your opinion, the worst kind of fat to have.
Absolutely. When we start gaining weight around our midsection, collectively these fat cells start acting like a tumor. And what does a tumor want to do? It wants to grow. So the way that these fat cells grow is by releasing compounds called adipokines that block the action of insulin. That leads to, again, faulty blood sugar control, but it also leads to an overactive appetite and loss of our ability to control our portion size. And that ultimately leads to a snowball effect of even greater weight gain.
So let's get back to the tips, because you talked about one of them was to control the blood sugar. What else can we do to stay hunger-free forever?
Well, we have to change our eating habits, and we have several tools that help people make those changes. We have to learn how to get our portions under control. We live in an era where we've lost the recognition of what is a normal-sized portion. We're being supersized.
But you're telling us to reduce our portions but be hunger-free.
Yes.
Which seems kind of...
that's the key. The key to effective and permanent weight loss is learning how to live without feeling hungry all the time.
How do you do that?
We utilize a special dietary fiber matrix called PGX. PGX is based upon research that was initially done at the University of Toronto by the same research team that developed the now famous glycemic index. And what they found with this fiber matrix was that it was able to bind roughly 600 times its weight in water. So when you ingest it, it forms this large gelatinous mass in your stomach. That tells your brain that you're full. It also has been shown to increase the production of compounds in your intestinal tract that ultimately get to your brain and tell your brain that you're full. And it improves the action of insulin throughout your bodies, and that tells your brain that you're full, and it also revs up your metabolism.
So we've got our insulin in check, we're watching our portion control, we're using more fiber through supplements or naturally.
Yes.
What else?
Well, you know, you have to deal with stress effectively. In this fast-paced world, the hormone cortisol is one of the key triggers for this abdominal obesity, insulin resistance, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. So learning how to get your stress under control is a very important goal if you want to lose weight.
The things that you're asking us to do seem a little bit daunting, truthfully, because we live in a stressful environment. We are accustomed to larger meals, and frankly, we're rather sedentary most of the time.
Yes.
So what's your best advice for actually having success this year if we're really committed to trying to be hunger-free forever?
The key is this dietary fiber matrix, PGX. We've studied this substance now for almost 10 years. We've utilized it in over 500 patients. We know that this program works. I just got a testimonial today from a woman in Florida that in 1 year went from 225 pounds to 120 pounds by following this program.
That's fantastic.
So we know that this program works, and it's based upon good scientific evidence. There's a lot of hype out there. There's a lot of noise out there with weight loss. This is a scientifically based, evidence-based, clinically proven program.
Fantastic. Great way to end, too,
well,
with a testimonial of somebody that lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Small child, 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Dr. Murray, appreciate you coming in.
My pleasure.
Once again. If you would like to pick up Dr. Murray's book, it's again called Hunger Free Forever, and we have also put these tips on our website, so you can find them there as well. We're helping you step out in style this new year. Some new looks that will have you looking great.